Hello, everyone. How are you? Today is the day. Today we launched Dare to Be You through cancer, getting crystal clear on how to fly. You see, we all learn how to fly, how to walk, how to succeed, how to go through chaos no matter what, one way or the other. And I connected, I'm Dr. B, Angelica Benavides, known as the Ultimate Legacy Builder. And I've connected with phenomenal authors that have gone either through cancer or had a family member that went through cancer, and they're telling their story on their side. And one of them is my son, Jorge Vasquez. I hope you saw Diego Vasquez this morning, and now this is my oldest son, Jorge Vasquez. And I am honored to have him as a co-author and part of this journey, this book. I mean, if he went through cancer with me, then he has to be in the book, right? Jorge Vasquez is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a Pan-American champion, a Kasai, he will pronounce it for you, Pro Fight winner, Fight2Win veteran, and a multiple-time IBJJF gold medalist. Sports have always been his passion, and he uses sports to help him relieve stress, anxiety, and other emotions. Now, jiu-jitsu has helped him accomplish many things off and on the mat, such as self-discipline, commitment, perseverance. And he is a co-founder of Vasquez Jiu Jitsu Academy. He's going to be talking about it because it's opening up like now, fresh from the market. So I am honored to have you here, Jorge. Thank you so much, because I know you work at night and it's hard for you to be up.
No, it's easy to help my mom. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Pa. Okay, well, I want you to tell the audience, I'm going to put you on the spotlight right now, and I'm going to kind of move away for a little bit. Tell people, what was the journey when I went through cancer on your side of the son or part of the person that's supporting someone who has cancer? What was your experience? How did you kind of go through it? And why is it important that we tell this story so that, 1.9 million people every year are either diagnosed with some type of cancer? And those are the people that we want to impact. And of course, those that support them. So tell us a little bit, and then why you think it's important that they go get this book.
Okay, hi. So I just want to say hello to everyone. Just to go ahead and start on, my side of the journey, experiencing cancer through a loved one is, of course, like anyone else, it's a very chaotic and turbulent time. And for me, specifically, prior to my mom being diagnosed with cancer, we had a dog, his name was Archie, had been diagnosed with cancer as well, and had been going through the process of removing tumors. And to this day, I feel a lot of grief seeing his last moments and all the suffering he had to do, when we were trying to help him. And so, dealing with that, I remember specifically coming home and he was sick and he had just came home from surgery, and I tried avoiding him because I just didn't want to feel the pain and suffering that came with seeing a loved one go through cancer. So when my mom got cancer, it brought on these emotions I had been feeling with my pet, our family pet, but now it's my mom, so it's, and by this time, I believe Archie had passed away or was in the process of passing away. I can't exactly remember, but it was all back to back. And so when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, it was kind of I was in disbelief. I was like, you don't look like you have cancer. I mean, so, there's that, accepting the fact that she has cancer and, all the emotions that come with it. So, really was when she had to start getting her treatments is when I started to see the real effects of cancer and what they can do to the person. But of course, it's all to prevent cancer from taking your life. So I understand why a lot of these things have to be done. But my mom was trying to go the holistic approach first which I'm completely okay with. So what I would like to say is, don't leave any I don't know the saying exactly. Don't leave any rocks unturned. Do anything in your power to find a solution to help you get better during your cancer experience. So if it's holistic, if it's traditional medicine, do it all. Give yourself the best shot and believe that you can win this battle against cancer, because it's going to be a battle and it's going to be a hard fought fight. Um, so as long as you have that mentality from day one, and accept that it's going to be tough, and you start to find any and all routes to improve your health, I think that's one piece of advice I can give first, because I saw my mom do it and she's hit with me here now, and I believe it's because of the mindset and the will to find any and all ways to stay here with us. So that's probably one thing I took that helped. The other thing is I dealt with a lot of anxiety and fears of losing my mother, and there'd be days that I just didn't want to do anything, and I had to give myself a reality check and tell myself, I'm not the one going through cancer. Yes, I'm experiencing someone going through cancer, but my job, the loved one, when someone is going through cancer, is to be there for them, support them, and make their battle and their fight easier, and not have them cheer you up. It's okay. It's sometimes they will have to cheer you up still, because we're human. But I think if through buying this book, reading my chapter, or any other chapters, you'll probably find a trend that you have to support the loved one at all costs. So find the strength in yourself that you know a lot of it's going to come from acceptance, that you have to accept to have cancer, and one of the realities of cancer is death. And if you can come to these terms, then everything else is easier, as far as supporting that loved one and being there the entire time, this battle from the beginning to the end. The end might not be the outcome we're wanting, but that you put in the best effort and the most support, and you were there for your loved one. So that's what I think I try to my biggest key you guys can take away from my chapter is support, and looking at yourself in the mirror, telling yourself, my job is to help my loved one, and just be there for them, love them, support them. One little thing I can give is, my mom really had a hard time losing her hair, and me being a male, I don't really understand it. So I was like, okay, what can I do? How can I help? I can't really just give her advice. So I'll shave my head first. I don't have a problem. Let's shave my head. I came home, I'm like, Mom, my head's, let's do it. Let's go through this together. I cut my hair. She cut her hair. My brother cut her hair. And you'll see millions of people, thousands of people do the same thing. And I understand why they do it now. And so that's, one thing I did. But it takes an army. It takes a village to get through this. And so I think through reading my chapter, you'll catch that's what I'm trying to help others going through the same thing. And a lot of this, tying it back to my jiu-jitsu is a physical sport. It's tough. You get beat up, not literally, but it's a tough sport. It's grappling. You're gonna tap out. You get submitted, and every day you have to go back knowing that I'm gonna improve. And there is no end to the journey. You're always gonna have something to improve. So that mentality, that you accept you accept the difficulties, and you just go day by day making improvements. Same thing with cancer. Day by day, you're gonna make improvements. Some days are gonna be really crappy, and some days are gonna be better. But as long as you have a positive mindset, even in the darkest times, when you get through this time, with or without your loved one, you will become a stronger person. So that's some takeaways I think you can get from me.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things you mentioned is like being able, like when you have cancer, and we said that 1.9 million people will be diagnosed with cancer, and it's not to scare you, but what we want to do is bring awareness. It's like get checked, because Jorge was talking about our dog that had cancer, and you're gonna have to get the book to know more about that story about the dog. And that was like my aha moment in getting checked. And in reality, I think my Archie saved me, right? Because I went to the doctor and then I was diagnosed with cancer. I never felt sick. I never felt anything until, like my son says, I was getting the treatments. And that's when I actually felt sick with the treatments, because that's what it does. It's killing cancer inside your body. So it's making you really sick. I did try the holistic and the Western medicine, and I combined it. You know, there was a moment that I just wanted to do holistic, and Jorge told me, he says, "Mom, if you die, it's like I'm not gonna forgive you," right? Because he wanted me to try everything. And guess what? You have to read my book to see the weirdest things that I tried. I mean, they were so weird that some I don't even know if they worked. Some are like they were disgusting. But we tried everything, right, Jorge?
Hmm.
It's so weird. You just have to get the book to see everything I tried. And the reason we're sharing what we tried, it's not because we want you to try it. We're just saying try everything that's out there that feels comfortable for you. You have a medicine bag, and then you just get all these ideas that you probably never thought of. And this book will give you ideas. And what we were when we were diagnosed, how we reacted, and then the things we tried to heal. And not only that, our support system, some associations that supported us. Um, we had aha moments. We grew in those moments. And then, like Jorge said, he says, you know, he does jiu-jitsu and they do grappling, and they're constantly working on the discipline of jiu-jitsu. And the same thing as when you have cancer, it's like you have to constantly work on yourself. And what we want to tell you through the book, it's like we're lighting a match, and it's like a very small flame that we might have for some of you, and it might be very big for some other of you. But if it's a small flame, we want you to see that light at the end of the tunnel, because there's possibility, and we're providing hope so that you have inspiration to go fight this battle, because it's hard. Sometimes Iwa, you need to go watch Iwa's interview. She said that she found her soul path in this journey. When you have, sometimes we have support systems, we have people that surround us, we have people, things, strategies, doctors, but it's the soul path that we need to find. And that's when we find courage. That's when we find the new me, you know, dare to be me through cancer. That's when I dared to start stepping into things that I never thought I would dare to do, right, Jorge?
Hmm.
Some of the things that I'm doing now. And that's what we want, Jorge. I mean, I know you want to talk more. Tell them about this daring to be them.
Well, I would say, like for my mom at least, she's always been, to me growing up, scared of heights and stuff like that, and she wouldn't get on roller coasters, which is okay, you know, that's just how what she was like. But after cancer, man, you can't stop her. You can't stop her. Anything she wants to do, she'll do. And it, you know, it's not unfortunate it came with cancer. It's just, I think it's a, you know, that's one positive you can get out of cancer. You know, there's all these negatives that come with cancer, but if you want to change the perspective on it, I think that's a positive that came from cancer. She's travels the world alone a lot of times, and I never could picture her doing these things prior to cancer. So the like I said, the end of the tunnel, can't the fight. She came out a better person. She came out battered and scarred, just like any fight, But you know what? Those are reminders of what you went through, and she came out tougher. And so, yeah, I can definitely vouch for uh, the mental and the spiritual and like changes that cancer can do in a positive sense. You know, I've met, I'm in and I'm in the kettlebell community. I've met lifting kettlebells weights, and there's jiu-jitsu community as well. I've met women that had cancer and they never prior would lift a weight or do jiu-jitsu, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, and they fall in love with these new ventures that they try after cancer because they're, you know, I'm gonna go for it. So I guess on that note is, don't wait for cancer. If you have something in your mind, go for it. But you know, if you're going through cancer, tell yourself, or you know someone, a loved one that's going through cancer, hey, start trying things now and doing things that you might have a passion for. You just had a curiosity about trying, and just go for it, because the time is now. So that's one thing I learned also.
Exactly. You know, I had a lot of broken promises that I had made to myself and never did them because I was always waiting for tomorrow, the next year, or until I finished some degree or something because I was always studying. But now I don't wait. Like if I want something, sometimes I look at my budget and I'm like, okay, it's on my budget. I'm still going to do it. And
Mhm.
I still go and do it. Or I'm afraid of doing it, or I have uncertainties and I'm like, okay, I'm going to find somebody that's daring to do it so that they can give me the courage, and then I go do it. Or I just do it alone. You know, I went up, I did an obstacle course 30 feet high. I was crying through the whole process, just like I cried during cancer, but I did it. I did it no matter what. So we're giving you hope to do whatever you need to do, to be whatever you want to be. Like my son says, don't wait. Love you, Amelia. Um, she's my friend for Norway, another co-author, and you need to go listen to her interview as well. She's phenomenal, phenomenal lady. So you just need to dare to be you now. Don't wait for any struggle, any chaos. Just be who you truly are. You know, there's a best version of you, and sometimes we don't even know how to be that best version. But you just step into it, and then you invent every step. Like if you need to take 3 steps, create them as you're, you know, ready to climb it, and then just do it. Just do it. So, anything else that you want to add?
No, I just, you know, I really recommend, if you don't have someone that's going, if you're not personally going through cancer, or no, or you have a loved one going through cancer, but if you have a coworker, you have a classmate, if you know someone that that is experiencing some of this chaos of cancer, and it doesn't have to be you personally, hey, buy the book for them. It's where the cost doesn't even is nowhere near the value of what you can get out of it, and maybe it might help them. You know, you never know. It does, like I said, it doesn't have to be you personally, but if you can share these stories with someone that's close to you that's going through this, I think there's a lot of benefits, and a lot of positives they can get out of it. You know, because it can be sometimes, yes, there's millions of people with cancer, but it can be a lonely journey sometimes, because until you go through it, you don't know exactly what what comes with it all. You know, there's a lot of stuff, and so there's some things me and my mom didn't deal with that others dealt with cancer, and they have their own personal experiences that they share in this book as well, that, you know, you can find some knowledge, or some I'm trying to think of the word, something to some tips, or I mean, just some inspiration. I'm sorry, inspiration from it. So yeah, that's my recommendation. And you know, and like I said, if you guys are watching this and you have someone that is going through it, don't stop fighting, don't give up, and ground yourself in gratitude. I think gratitude is going to help you get through some of the darkest times, because we get lost in what ifs, but there's a lot of beauty in life right now. So that's my biggest thing.
Absolutely. You know, focus in the now. And then if you had the past, it already happened. You can't do anything. And then in the future, it's not there yet, you know? So make every day count, and then live as if it's your last day. Whether you have cancer or not, live as if it's your last day, so that you live with courage, bravery, and confidence, and then you can actually do whatever you want, right? Mm-hmm. What we're asking is that you go and buy this book. Look, you don't have to buy it for yourself. There's Rotary clubs. There's the commerce clubs. There's the oncology. Like, I would sit for hours, 6 to 8 hours in chemo. Go buy books and give them to those patients in those oncology centers, because we're there sometimes alone. You know, yes, our families support us, but at the same time, yeah, he's an intelligent man. I love my sons. Thank you, Amelia.
Thank you.
You have to be able to, you know, we have to be able to serve. It's not just about us, but it's about serving other people. Now, this book, the ebook, costs less than a coffee, right? So the coffees are $5 to $6. You're going to spend less than that, half of that. And you're going to bring a smile. You're going to bring hope. You're going to inspire, and these individuals will get tips on what to do or how to do something, or at least they get a little light, a little glimpse of, if they could do it, I can do it. So we are really, really thankful for all of you that are showing up and supporting us. We're asking that you go and buy this book, because 1.9 million people are being diagnosed with cancer every year. In fact, let me tell you one more thing. Not too long ago, like 4 months ago, I was going through the same fear again, thinking I was going to be diagnosed again with cancer. And it does put you in shock. And I didn't even want to write this book anymore. I just put it on pause. It was supposed to be out back in October, and I couldn't even finish writing it. So I know what it feels, and I know people out there need it. So support us in this. And I'm going to put this so I can just regroup. So give me a minute.
It's okay, Mama.
Can you hear it?
I couldn't for a second, but now I can.
Okay. Hey, amazing friends. I am so happy to announce that our Dare to Be Me Through Cancer, Getting Crystal Clear on How to Fly book is ready to be launched. And I want to thank. Give me a second. Did you hear it, or it stopped? Jorge?
Hear what?
The video that came out.
Came out where?
On the screen.
I don't.
You didn't see it a few
No.
minutes ago? Okay, give me a second.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope we are, yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, give me a second. Yay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for all of you that are watching. We're asking that you share this video, this live stream with family and friends, and go get the Amazon ebook. It's out today. It's like hot, 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 So go get it. And we love you all. Thank you, Jorge. Love you. And I will see you in the next show. I have Dawn coming on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.